Alright guys, so we're back here again after a big break. Last time I was here, I was messing around with some 3D prints for the Wrestler 2-wheel drive, and I built a 6S 2200 kV Wrestler 4x4. Since then, went through a pretty messy breakup with the baby mama, baby mama drama. But yeah, went through a little breakup, got back on my feet, started printing again, printed these rocks here, nothing special, some other stuff, some butt plugs for hash machines, for drain hoses and stuff. But yeah, I had a buddy come over and he was like, hey man, check this out. He had the green little C10, and I was like, oh man, I got a crawler too. I have the WPL, the little C24, the Toyota truck. So we brought him out. We go down to this little hill climb spot right next to my house. It's pretty steep, it's pretty challenging. Basically the WPL sucked ass really bad. And my buddy's little C10 stock, it was doing pretty good, but it was flipping and stuff. And the next time that we went out, I had new tires for my WPL, and he had a bunch of brass mods and stuff for his little C10, his axial SCX24, and his truck just outperformed mine just to the max. There was really no competition. Like his little C10 would just climb everything, as my WPL just sucked. So I decided to buy my first C10 right here, and then I went a little crazy with it. Super long travel rear suspension. It's got the carbon fiber frame, the rock sliders or boulder sliders, whatever you want to call them. Oh, there we go. Already dropping shit. And anyway, so I did black brass knuckles, wheel weights. This is +4 axles all the way around. As you can see, these are doubled up wheel weights back here. These are just single, wouldn't fit. I didn't have any threads left, but solid metal axles, huge diff block covers. These things are massive. On eBay, I found these brass links from a guy out in Oregon. It's pretty sweet. I ended up buying about 3 sets off of him. We're running the brass, what the hell, Samix servo mount with the aftermarket servo. We have some hot racing suspension links. We're running stock shocks in the front, long travel hot racing in the rear. Again, fat diff covers, lots of weight. This thing really grabs. And also, I left this plastic just for a little flex for when it rolls down the hill. I don't want to be, bending these and stuff and whatnot. So what else? A steel drive shaft or shafts. I got a heat sink in there. Oh, and also I bought 2 of these Jeeps, and the remotes that come with this are garbage. They're not proportional, as you guys know, as you guys have used them. Anybody who's bought that Jeep, the 2nd gen Jeep, knows that these remotes right here are way better than those remotes right there, the black one above that Warthog. So the 2nd gen remotes and ESCs work so much better. They're so much smoother. What else we got on here? Oh, I did the LCG kit, where it relocates the battery up front, right over that, pretty close to, just behind that axle. Yeah, and that's all in there. These are Endura rims and tires. This thing stands up like a monster like that. But if you think about it, I mean, if you're hill climbing and that weight tips back, these tires in the back, they tuck. And the reason why these are stock up front is so they don't have all that long travel to where that body can lift all the way up, but those tires are staying planted. It really sends that weight over the top and makes it flip. So I'm running stock in the front, long travel in the rear. And as you go and you climb stuff, you know, that's, let's say like this, and it continues up. So once you get your front tires over that hump and these back tires are right there, if you don't have that much travel, and you know, that back's gonna tuck because it's gonna want to, and it's gonna flip. So if you have a lot of travel, it'll tuck, but usually just by playing with the throttle a little bit, you can get that rear end to lift up and those tires to plant down, and it'll grab and it'll climb. This thing is amazing. I've never had a rig like it. You know, it's super small scale. It's pretty badass, I'm gonna be honest with you. Axial is the shit. I love them. All these little upgrades and aftermarket stuff, and all worth it, dude. All worth it. Let's talk about that. And that's how it sits too when it drives. It'll barely lift a little bit like that when it drives. When it hill climbs, it looks like that. When you get into something real nasty and it's going, it'll pop out and catch, you know? It's a badass little rig. Let's talk about this Jeep, because as you can see on the C10, I got a shit ton of scratches, right? So I've been using this thing a lot. The Jeep is a fresh build. We've got the RC four-wheel drive tires on here, and we're actually running the stock foams from the stock tires from the C10 in these bigger tires to give us a little cush, a little flex in the tires right there, make it look like it's kind of aired down a little bit, you know, a little aired down look. The Jeep, I went all out. I haven't even ran this thing yet, but I have tested the four-wheel steering and everything, and everything seems to work perfect. I do have a little bit of binding on all four corners on the CVDs, so I think I'm gonna have to do is maybe take a Dremel to them, or maybe pull all the inner axle shafts out and just shave a little tiny bit on the insides to get them to come in just a little bit more, so that the ends of the the ends of the inner shafts aren't pushing against the knuckles while it's at full lock right or full lock left. What else? Oh, let's talk a little bit about this. So this, I did a whole rear steer. Well, this was already four-linked in the back, but the frame rails actually just came in today. I'm actually making the video before I even go to my mailbox and get the frame rails out, but these are going to be switched to carbon fiber, just like that one. Yeah, these are just long travel. These are the telescoping shocks in the back here with the stock shock reservoirs up on top, and the stock hardware on the bottom. And I really don't like them. I would much rather have these hot racing long travels on, so I've got a set of those here that I'm gonna swap over, and I'm gonna run the gold spring still because I got a little bit of weight in here, and I'm gonna have more because I'm gonna do a lot of lighting. So as you can see here on the SCX24 Jeep, not the Gladiator, but the original Jeep, the second gen Jeep, I've got doubled up wheel weights. I have brass knuckles in the rear, brass steering links, brass diff cover. I'm running a stock servo right now because, you know, this is just a build. Like I said, I mean, look at the tires. I haven't even taken it out yet. The front is exactly the same as the rear. Solid metal axle shafts, diff covers, doubled up wheel weights, knuckles, steering, hot racing suspension up front. And then I did do the LCG kit on this one as well. As you can see, the battery strap is up there up front, sits on that little angled piece. I don't have a heat sink for this yet. Like I said, I haven't ran it. It still has a stock motor in it. That's all relocated to the rear. Channel 3 plugs right into there for the rear steer. Goes right into the back right there, and it's got enough room to, you know, flex and do its thing and whatnot. And also This also does have the +5mm, +5mm CVDs in the front and in the rear. And you can see here, if I flip it over, there's not a scratch on it, guys. Like I said, I haven't ran it yet. I still have stock plastic drive shafts. I think I'm just gonna keep it that way for just a little bit, see how it performs the first time I take it out. Yeah, we got rear steer. You know, these tires are so soft. And then, you know, we got the front steer. And that's activated by channel 3, which would flip your lights on and off. So what I did was I plugged my lights into channel 4, and it just gives, you know, lights full time, just like the Chevy C10. The lights are always on if the ESC in the car is on. But with the channel 3 being a 3-channel switch, you have a center, left, center, right. So that can be center, turn left, center, turn right. So channel 3 can be turned into your rear steer, and it works, you know, flawlessly. I was playing with it a little bit in my kitchen, and you know, it's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting. It's like a real monster truck, you know. I did shave my fenders. Show you that. I shaved my fenders down, or actually I shaved the fenders off. I still have to take a Dremel and smoothen this out, make it look nice. Tried to keep the original shape. I did have to go up a little bit more because, you know, there's a little bit of clearance issues there. It doesn't really go down full flex like that unless you're like flexed out to the side or up on a rock over on this side over here. Or actually it would be a rock on this side over here. But all the way down, it doesn't hit, as you can see. All the way down in the front, that's about as far as it goes. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And I got a super ton of amount of weight on the front and in the back, and it's all down low. I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass that I didn't go with the Hot Racing links, the steel links over these aluminum Enduro ones. The Hot Racing ones on this are a little bit heavier. These are a little bit lighter, but whatever, it's all right. Like I said, let's see how it performs. This one is just a beast, an absolute beast of a truck. This one, we're gonna see how it does, and if I feel like I need to go heavier, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the steel drive shafts over the center, and I'm gonna go with the Hot Racing suspension links, because these are heavier. These are way heavier. And yeah, so that's what I've been up to. If I do happen to go with those heavier links for the bottom of this one, then that little guy is gonna see these red links from this guy, and that is the stock remote from the C10 and the stock ESC in that bag. These are 3D printed shelves that I found on Thingiverse. If you do find it, you end up printing it, you only have to do an infill of 40% on your print. It's not too bad. It doesn't take that long. I think it's about a 9-hour print, but you can make it go faster. I think I was doing like 40% at like 110 millimeters a second. So it is what it is. This is what I've been working on. This is what I've been playing with. Kind of got away from the fast stuff, and I'm into the crawling stuff now. So if you guys like this, I'm gonna be making a bunch of videos on these, or a bunch of videos with these, crawling and, you know, doing all types of shit. So we're gonna be 3D printing a lot of rocks, and, you know, bigger stuff and little rock gardens, and we're actually gonna be making a course right here in my apartment pretty soon. I got a couple little materials there. Got some Traxxas batteries over there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you like the content, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of my little rigs here. This is the flush mount bumper. I like it. Your lights pop right in. And like I said, this is, there's a little bit of money in these, but they're worth it, you know. My kid loves them. I love them. My buddies love them. We all wheel together, you know. It's a good time. So if you're thinking about getting into crawling, definitely I'd say check out these little guys first, because it seems like the little crawlers, all the aftermarket accessories are a little bit cheaper than, you know, your 10th scale or your 16th scale or 6th scale, whatever. So, all right, guys. Peace.